We got birthday presents galore, son.
Who had a birthday?
Happy birthday, Si.
Nobody had. Well, this will air after your birthday, so.
Your birthday is what, the
27.
27?
You need a knife?
No, I don't need a
All
knife.
right, well, we got some more crystallized lemon.
Crystallized lemon from Toby and Renee.
Oh,
All right, boys.
Toby and Renee.
Welcome back to the duck call room. We're going through.
lemon.
We had a bunch of packages show up for Si for his birthday.
That's sharp. Don't
Thanks,
cut
Toby.
yourself.
Thanks, Renee.
Don't cut yourself.
Martin, what do you think? Martin, you get that hat for your birthday?
He's,
Oh, we
he's still
got a-
trying to roast somebody.
We got a plethora of them in the warehouse, so I'm just trying to see if somebody watch this and like it and want one of them.
Yeah.
Give him a
just
good
doing
deal of it.
Yeah,
Oh my goodness.
call this hashtag marketing.
Hashtag marketing, boys.
Si, it looks like a big check.
That ain't
Hey,
a-
I can use that.
that's a bill.
Somebody sent you $30 worth of lemon.
Oh,
I'm
Lord.
dropping stuff. I'm
Grief.
sorry for those driving in your car and just.
This was like when
It doesn't say who it's from.
Yeah. Oh,
this was like Hostess Twinkies. When it aired, where I ate them Hostess Twinkies.
There's just some lemon raspberry.
ooh, a little flavor.
Coupon.
Fruit infusion.
I think.
Hey, that
Or did
sounds
they
like
send it?
I think
fruit
they might have
infusion
sent it.
sounds like drugs to me, boys.
But somebody paid $30.94
Good
to send
grief.
this to you, Si.
Well, hey,
Well, I
whoever
got-
it was, I appreciate it.
While you're opening his last one, I will say that I came back from my week gone to a nice large box in my office that had 4 cases of diapers in it. So,
Ooh.
and it didn't have a note. but
4 cases of diapers?
It was addressed to Big Martin. So whoever sent an Amazon package
Full of
to Big
diapers.
Martin that had a bunch of diapers,
Yeah.
thank you.
4 cases?
Yeah,
That's like a $100,000.
yeah. And then I also got
Oh,
a
what?
bunch of cheese dip from Arbo's Cheese Dip.
What in the
or-
world?
A Rubik's
that.
A
Cube.
Rubik's Cube? Okay.
Some
Let's see.
cupcakes.
Whose kid can I give this to?
Happy birthday.
Challenge your mind. Hey, I don't have a
Fruit
mind to
snacks,
challenge.
Moon pies.
I can't eat
Did we get a RC Cola?
the Hostess cupcake, boys.
Oh,
All right.
And a poem to celebrate your birthday. The sun
right.
is way up in the sky. The lake is filled with trout. You were younger yesterday, Jack. Just thought I'd point that out. Happy birthday from your friend Lisa. She sent the shirt last year
Lisa
on your
from
birthday.
Minnesota.
Oh yeah, she sent me a message saying that she had Si a birthday present showing
A
up.
poem to
We got
celebrate
fruit
your
snacks
birthday.
and moon
The sun
pies.
is way up in the sky.
Some
The
herbal
lake-
tea.
Hey, in my case, the sun is way up in the sky and the lake is full of crappie.
Crappie.
Okay.
Perfect.
You were younger yesterday, Jack.
How old are you now or tomorrow?
Next to be
74.
7'4",
Just
7.
thought I'd point that out.
Also known as 16.
What's up?
Yeah, are you 14, 15, or 16
Nope.
now?
I turned 15
You're turning
this
15.
year.
Interesting. That's a brain teaser.
Uh,
He's turning 15, ladies and
15.
gentlemen. What are you doing for your birthday?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Being me.
Phillip McMillan, what's he doing for
We,
his birthday?
Oh, that's
we
right. No,
got a
I'm
big party
sorry.
lined up.
We do have a party
it's a party for Si,
and paid for by
Brittany, and Paula.
Yeah.
Everybody?
Paid for
We're just
by-
piggybacking off of it since it's on Brittany and Paula's birthday.
Well, hey,
I like that.
it's right. Piggyback it, boys.
My 6-year-old
works
birthday
for me.
tomorrow. Well, he's 5.
No, my wife told me that night. She just started dying laughing. I said, "What's so funny?" She said, "Your big birthday bash. You're paying for it." I said, "Well, okay."
That's good.
Figured. I said, "Hey, that's all right."
Oh, no.
Oh, no. You got to put this puzzle back together.
Oh no!
Yep, that was a mistake.
You probably
That
should
was
have
a mistake.
taken a picture of how it was correct. But anyway, we're back.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Welcome back to the Duck Call Room.
Celebrating
I'm
Si's
back.
birthday, 74 years worth.
74 years young, boys.
That's hard to figure, Si, 74. That's awesome. That's a good time. Last night we celebrated the boss's birthday.
Willie's
He turned a big 5-0.
Not Bruce Springsteen.
Willie is 50.
That's wild.
He's 50.
50.
50 years old
50 years old.
and still hurting himself in church league basketball games all across this.
Oh, he'll never stop doing that.
Oh, it don't matter what he does. If it involves any sort of athletics, the boy gets hurt. Like, it just,
Well,
it don't matter.
He's competitive.
I tell you how dumb he really is. Okay,
No,
serious.
he just
No,
always
no,
likes
because,
to have.
he should realize by now he's not athletic.
Well, the problem is
He's sneaky athletic.
But
I'll
he-
have you know he was going to be a professional bowler
Hey,
and then a golfer.
and then a golfer.
I wish I'd have been here when he was doing that.
A professional bowler?
Yeah, when he was going through bowling, because I actually bowled in military bowling league, and I actually got pretty good.
I smell a YouTube video.
Oh no, because
Do you think
we
you could,
did it one night,
Can you still do it?
huh?
Can you
I don't
still
know if
do
I can still do it, but I was good at one time.
could
So
you
look,
beat
I was in
Willie?
a bowling league, and I was in that for what? Oh, good grief, 5-7 years maybe.
Did you ever roll a 300?
Nope, I got close.
What? How
Last
close?
one, I had 9 in a row. Or no, it's what is it? 11 in a row.
Mm-hmm.
11 in a row, and I had the one last ball to throw. And it hit perfect. Darn, 10 pin, I think.
So you
Didn't
rolled
go
like
down.
You rolled like a 299.
Didn't go down.
110 from perfect.
I was so mad. Oh, I was mad because it was a perfect hit. Okay, it should have been 300, and the sucker wouldn't fall.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, yes, yeah.
So you bowled a
299.
99 if it was on the last one.
Yeah, it's 299.
He had 9 up on the last one because that just
9 up on the last one,
I couldn't do
and it should have been 300 games.
No, I couldn't do it either.
One time I bowled like a 95.
I'm lucky to break 100.
Yeah, I think
No,
I think my max is like 140 or something like that, and that was on
No,
one
you
of
gotta
them.
think though. Okay, we bowl in the league, and then at dinner time, we'd bowl. A game.
The problem with bowling
During
is
dinner.
it's extremely more technical than it appears to be.
Oh no.
And I'm the loser that shows up. I own bowling shoes. I don't know where they came from. I don't know why I have them.
It's how you release the ball. Okay, and you've got to be consistent with it, and you've got to hit your mark on the lane.
Yeah, see, I just get up there and hurl that
Yeah,
sucker
no.
as hard as I can throw it.
That's what I like to do.
You've
See
got
how
to have
fast I can
have
throw
one of them arrows, and you got to put it on it every time, and you got to lift it the same way, where it'll actually curve. And
I get the heaviest one I can sling and pray to
throw it
God
sling as hard as you want to.
and pray to God my thumb don't get stuck in it on the way out. When it makes that
yeah,
sound, you're like, ah.
hey,
it. Knuckles swell up.
I went to a bowling alley in Arkansas one time, and it had a speedometer on your throw.
See, that ain't good.
So I did not care how many pins were going down. I said we're setting a record tonight, and
Yeah.
and I won that for at least all the 4 lanes I could. I was just hurling it.
Yeah, I prefer for it to get down there at the end and almost get airborne as it's going through the pins. Like, just, I mean,
It needs to be a little dangerous.
yeah, I just, and then
you
I
ever-
get up there and watch them people like spin it from side to side and
no,
everything.
no.
looks
Si,
so
did you
pretty.
spin yours?
Uh-huh.
Did you spin it?
Mine didn't have a lot of spin on it. Yeah, I never did really get where I could control that.
I couldn't control it.
Yeah.
The ones I watched on the pro bowling league,
Oh,
I don't see how the guy he ain't got he don't have finger holes. He just has it in the middle of his hand.
Yeah.
And,
carries it. Yeah.
yeah, he carries it, and then you talking about you talking about got to get low
Yeah.
to put it on the floor, But they work it out.
No, I try to go right down that middle one and throw it as hard as I can.
Amen.
Did you ever let it
Yeah,
go and it
when
goes up in the air too high?
Yeah, that's the ones that really hurt your finger.
Yeah.
That's because them thumb holes is too tight.
Well, if you hit the spot like that,
Yeah. Ooh.
they're all going down, and because they're going to all jump at the same time.
Yeah.
Okay, like he said, because then I've seen pro bowlers, they throw it hard, but they got the wide sweep because they might near throw it where it's might near falling in the gutter and then it breaks.
Yeah, they go from like board to board.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's
From one side to the middle.
yeah. Not me.
Yes,
Straight down the middle, buddy, as hard as I can
Right
get.
down the middle. And I still,
When you hit the spot,
the
they all
gutter
go down too.
Yeah, if you hit it square, it
Oh,
does,
yeah.
but you rarely hit it square.
Oh, yeah,
You generally hit it one side or the other, and you're like, dang.
Missed.
JD, you're never gonna get that thing back together.
I got the instructions though.
it's an
I know,
IQ
but hey,
test.
you ain't gonna ever get it back together.
I feel like you at Cracker Barrel right now.
I'm good at that thing. Cracker Barrel. I was smoked that little peg game.
Yeah.
I know that one. I got that.
He's got
I'm
it
more of a
down.
Waffle House
He
man.
knows the
myself.
pattern.
Oh, my
But
God.
Cracker Barrel does have fun games.
What was your favorite thing about Willie's 50th birthday, Si? The food?
No,
Oh,
the roast.
the roast? Yeah.
I got tickled at him. I was watching him.
Yeah.
They had him just where he couldn't even. He was crying. He's on run out of tissues and everything else. Then he got up there and he couldn't even talk. He couldn't even talk when he got up there.
Oh man.
I thought Martin. I thought you did a good job, and
Everybody
John David
did a
did too.
good job.
We roasted Willie, but
Yeah.
it's kind of scary to roast Willie. So he didn't get. It was more of a toast than a roast, if you will.
Yeah.
Well,
See, I had the assurance that my job would not be affected by whatever I said, but I still didn't trust it.
But you didn't trust it. I didn't blame you.
No, I didn't trust that. Plus, it was I mean, there were people from ages 2 to 92.
Yeah.
Like, so I was like, man, if I tell some of these stories, there's going to be some of these people hard judging me and Willie and things
Yeah.
we've done. So I just,
Well, no,
I took the foot off the gas. and
y'all
was
actually
like,
Good
kept
job.
it really, really nice.
yeah.
Okay.
He said he got nervous when I walked up. I said,
Well, he should have. But I think he knew that I wasn't going. I think he knew of me. Like, well, he ain't gonna say nothing because they're just as bad on him as they are on me. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna edit. I'm gonna self-edit on this deal. But I was hoping Si would come up too. But just
I just wasn't in the mood.
and
No, serious.
he
Because
rags
had-
him. He rags him every day.
No, because I do, because we had it for like what 5-7 years.
yeah. But before we go to our first break, though, the coolest gift I think that he got, whether he'll admit it or not, our friends the Busbuses showed up.
oh, yeah.
And Big Bill bought the boss hog a pig for his birthday. So now Willie is a proud owner
He
of
owns
a
a
miniature pig.
Oh, he owns a pig now.
He does.
Oh,
For
yeah.
real, Boss Hog has got a pig.
He owns a pig.
Okay, because when he was saying Bill, I didn't put it together because I didn't even see him.
And of course, we had the whole hog roasted. So the first thing Willie did, in typical Willie fashion, was went up there and showed that baby pig, the big pig, it was sitting there roasted, and said, "You don't want to end up here."
Hey, that's right. Hey,
No.
don't make me mad. Or
Yeah.
that's where you'll go.
That whole pig was good.
Oh no.
Oh, that was.
Yeah, that's the best. That's the best thing. To
My
have.
boy Rick brought the heat on that
Yeah,
one.
that was the best thing to
He
have.
did a good job. But let's take our first break. We'll be back right after this. From forgotten free trials to automatic renewals, when big companies keep charging you, Truebill is your secret weapon to save you money on subscriptions you don't need. Look, we've all been guilty of it, right? You sign up for the free deal so you can watch a show that everybody's talking about.
And never think about it.
And you
again.
never think about it again, and all of a sudden, $5 here, $5 there, $5 here. All of a sudden, you got a date night paid off, and you on stuff you ain't even looking for. You done forgot all about it. So we've all done it. Truebill helps stop that. Truebill is a new app that helps you identify and stop paying for subscriptions you don't need, want, or just simply forgot about. On average, people save up to $720 a year. Because companies make subscriptions hard to cancel, Truebill makes it incredibly simple. All you have to do is link your accounts, and Truebill will cancel your unwanted subscriptions in just one tap. And your Truebill concierge is there when you need them to cancel unwanted subscriptions so that you don't have to take the time to do it yourself. Look, I know Johnny D got hosed on the high school football thing. He was paying that for a while. I've got on Apple TV from just wanting to watch Ted Lasso. So, like, I mean, you name it. We've all done it. It's no problem. It doesn't make you a terrible person. It doesn't make you irresponsible. But Truebill does make it easy. They have over 2 million users and have helped save them over $100 million. Matthew B. says, in a matter of seconds, I saved $660 for the year on my DirecTV bill, saved $120 for the year on my SiriusXM bill, and saved $840 a year on car insurance. Don't fall for subscription scams. Start canceling today at truebill.com/duck. Go right now, truebill.com/duck. It could save you thousands a year. That's truebill.com/.
Duck.
The best birthday ever was when we set this thing up about 3 months in advance. We rented out a building. We put paper over all the glasses, and we put out flyers that said one night only, Native American
Artifacts.
Yeah, go ahead, Si.
Right, but anyway, they made up flyers, okay? And it said, okay, one night only, Native American artifacts, okay? And they even had a Native American full-blood sheriff, deputy sheriff. He comes to the house, okay? Knocked on the door, and I answered the door, and yeah, may I help you? And, I'm looking at his badge. I'm scared that, what's going on.
You got caught.
But anyway, he said, "Well, I heard that you're into Native American artifacts." You know, talking about your uncle's got about 10,000 arrowheads he's found over his lifetime. You know, and I said, yeah, he actually donated to LSU campus. And he said, well, hey, this is one night only, and we're going to have people there that will show you how to make a bow from scratch, arrows from scratch, and all that stuff. And I said, well, man, hey, you know, if I ain't got nothing on pressing, yeah, I'm going to make that.
So here's his dilemma. He does have something pressing. It's a poker game that we're going to play in honor of his birthday. But we're driving around. He was like, yeah, I wanted to go to that Native American one night only thing they're having. And I was like, Si, we can't. We got to go to the poker game. He was like, all right, go to the poker game.
So we're on the way, okay?
To the poker game.
Yeah, to the poker game.
So I get a call.
His phone rings in the truck.
So I put it on speakerphone, and it was one of our friends' nurse, and he was like, man, I got some bad news. You know, my parents are sick, and we was going to have a gathering over at their place, but we're going to have to call it off.
Yeah, had to run my dad to the emergency room, yo.
So I was like,
Now you can go to that sale.
yeah.
He
So,
said,
no, we're saying, I said, oh,
I said, what
golly.
time is it? What time is it?
Yeah, I said, golly, I'm mad. I said, we're missing out on everything tonight. You know, and then Phillip said, well, hey, it ain't but 7 o'clock. And he said, it's right down here. We ain't but, about a mile from where that stupid Native American Indian artifact thing is. So I said, okay. I said, let's go that. So look, when we pull up, it's dark.
Boom, boom, boom,
Right?
boom, boom.
All
boom,
you
boom.
can hear is boom, 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 boom. Oh, oh, oh. Yo, so Phillip pulls
But you
over there.
can't see in. You can't
Can't
see in.
All I can see is flicker of light and shadows in this building. Because there's like a 4x8
Look.
piece of plywood in the
But
windows and stuff.
he's getting nervous because he said, when I pulled up, he was like, I don't know about this. I said, it's going to be fine if you
No,
don't.
he pulls up and shuts
you
the engine
don't
off.
like
I
it-
said, Phillip, I got a bad feeling about this. I said, go ahead and fire this thing up and let's go. Take me back to the house. He said, no, we're here. He said, hey, look. I said, no, Phillip. I said, I'm serious. I got a bad feeling about you. I said, you got to take me home. he said, he puts his hand on my shoulder and he said, it's okay. He said, look, I'm telling you. He said, we'll slip in the back door.
Yeah, that's right.
And sit down just in the back. So we open the door. You can't see nothing but shadows, and they've all got headgear on.
Like headdresses.
Headdresses, okay? And it's always, and then every once in a while, it's, and so I grabbed, I said, Phillip, we need to get out of here. About that time, Jace jumps up and screams, and they grab him and take him down front. And I said, Phillip, take out Jace, let's go. And I'm headed towards the door. Okay. And then that's when
He
they
bailed
turn-
on Jace.
Oh, no,
he
yeah.
bailed on Jace.
I'm out of here. That's when they turned the lights on. And I look and I said, okay, you actually got me on this one. I said, yeah.
So
you got me on this one.
Phillip's head of the party planning committee. That's what you're saying.
Oh, yeah, we party
How
planned that
many
one.
flyers did you have around
We
town?
probably had about 10 of them, but we had them at different places
Yeah.
where he goes.
Oh, no.
We brought one up to Duck Commander.
Oh, no, I thought it was legit.
Oh,
Yeah, I really
goodness
did.
gracious.
That's
That was the
amazing.
best one, okay? Because when Jace jumped up and screamed, two people grabbed him.
I'm
just
trying-
forcing him down to the front. And I said, Phillip, they got Jace. Let's go.
I'm trying to hold him and not let him
Turned
run.
on lights. He said, thanks a lot there, nephew.
Yeah.
Or uncle.
Yeah. It's the size of that canary they always talk about.
Oh, yeah.
I sing
got
on you.
scary.
He'll sing and he'll run.
But
Oh,
I was,
yeah,
Oh,
Roy.
boys, I'm out.
I was laughing so hard I couldn't hold him. He was like a
Oh, I was already
trying
outside.
to get away from me. I was
Yeah,
like,
I was
"Sir,
already out
wait,
the
wait.
door. I was out the door headed towards the truck when somebody said, hey, you going to play poker or not?
It's the only time I've ever seen him leave his tea pitcher behind.
Oh, yeah. Everything was
Every
on the
man
floor.
for
And
himself.
I didn't even pick up the glass.
Yeah, I gotta go.
Yeah,
I got to get out of
I'm
here.
out of here. I'm out of here. I'm serious. I said, y'all got me on that one. That's the best.
That's funny.
That's good stuff there.
You're,
I was looking for you a special birthday present this weekend, or this past week. I was over in Georgia, and they had just dished a lot of them food plots up, and they always find a bunch of arrowheads. So I went around kicking dirt
Okay,
for
try
about
and find
5 hours one day, and I never found one. Found some little pieces, but I didn't find nothing that I thought was worthy of you.
Mac Hobbs is like an artifact magnet.
Hold on.
Magnet, you know.
Si, is that your cousin?
Huh?
Is that your cousin?
Yeah, first cousin. Look, he hunts a lot on Red River. So he's in the woods on Red River. He shoots a big 12-point buck, goes down to admire him, okay? And while he got him and looking at the horns and all that, he looks right there beside him, and here is a half of a spearhead about 8 inches long. It's exactly as you can tell. And this is out of flint.
Yeah.
And it's broke, you know. So he, you know, drags his deer and takes it home, puts that in his collection. Well, the next year, he's hunting in the same general area, but in a different part of the woods. He shoots another big 11-point, goes down and is admiring this one, and looks over there. Here's another 8-inch spearhead, half of a spearhead. And he said, surely this can't fit the one I found last year.
Yeah.
So he goes back, pulls it out of the door, click.
You didn't want that chunked at you.
Yeah. He acted, and look, I was fooling with it one day, and hey, it was so sharp on the edges, it cut me just like a razor blade.
Mm.
But you know, the whole time I was living in Dixie, we lived on Red River fishing. Okay, me and Phil and Tommy. So I was always looking for stuff, you know, arrowheads, all this kind of junk. You know, so he's on Red River. Him and his brother are going deer hunting, and they come around where there's a big giant cliff on the deep side of the river. You know, and he looks, and something is sticking out about 12 foot out of the cliff. Well, they keep coming. They go up there. It's a canoe, a Native American canoe that's made out of a big giant cypress tree. Well, they dig on it for like 2 hours trying to get it out. Well, they finally said, okay, no. Went back and said, you know, they called somebody about it, you know, down there at LSU. You know, they went up there and dug it out, a 30-foot warrior canoe, okay, that would hold like 30 people. It's actually like 60 feet long.
Unreal.
You know, out of a giant cypress tree where all they did was they'd build a fire, chop it out a little bit with tomahawks, build a fire, burn it, chop that out, build another fire, burn it, and like it'd hold 30 men, 30 warriors.
Unreal.
You know, they donated that to the LSU campus, just down there in the campus.
That's awesome. Now,
Unreal.
when we were in Mississippi, the chief,
Choctaw.
yes, the Choctaw chief,
Choctaw Nation.
he was showing you a big drum that was handmade. You remember that?
Yeah, I can't remember what kind of tree they make it out of, the wood. I want to say Tupelo. But anyway, they got to go out and they listen for the woodpecker pecking on the tree.
Pretty cool.
And then they go out there, okay, and they cut down the tree. And then they cut it in strips, real thin, where they can wet it and bend it. Okay, and then they tie everything off with leather. Well, they've got, and it's God, I can't even remember. But anyway, it's tied. It comes down and do this all the way around the drum. You know, and it's like this, and then they put a little piece of leather that'll slide up and down, and you can change the tone by moving these slides up and down on the leather. You can make it soft. You can make it ring. You know, but this thing is drop dead gorgeous. Okay, it's the craftsmanship on this thing is unreal, and they make them by hand, all of it. They kill a deer, they tan the hide, and then they use the deer hide, okay, in strips, to and then like I think even the covering, the drum covering, is deer hide that they stretch, okay. But it was, and I asked him because I'd love to have one. About $3,000 is what they run.
Oh, what's $3,000 mean?
Yeah,
Like me?
yeah. But I'm saying I would love to have one of them because they are. It is, because he changed the tones for us.
We should have taken up a collection and got that for him.
Oh no.
Well, if we
Hey,
pay
at 75,
Hey,
We got
that
you, dog.
thing, look, that thing is drop dead gorgeous. I'm serious.
75, we got you, dog.
But we met him.
We're replacing that bell with a drum.
That's the coolest story. We met him when he was just one of the council members on the council.
Yep.
Okay, well now, okay, he's the head man of the Choctaw Nation.
and he can't get you a discount.
You know, no, they ain't.
Tell
gonna-
him-
You
Hey,
gonna pay for
Tell
it.
him
He
you do
ain't
it.
letting
Tell
go.
him you do an Instagram post, man. You swap it out.
No, he's cool. He's cool.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, let's take a break. We'll be back right after this. You don't have to choose between better hair growth and your health. There's a holistic solution for men that promotes both healthier hair and whole body wellness that'll help you get ahead of thinning hair with Nutrafol's whole body approach to hair growth. No drugs, no compromises. I got a feeling there's two little rugrats that are going to probably eventually make me try to pull out what little bit of hair I got left. So I might as well get started now
That's it.
on having some fresh hair to pull out when they get here. So Nutrafol is the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement clinically shown to improve your hair growth, thickness, and visible scalp coverage. Lord knows I've got plenty of visible scalp. Nutrafol's hair growth nutraceuticals go beyond genetics to multi-target the root cause of thinning hair, including stress, hormones, nutrition, metabolism, aging, and lifestyle through whole body health. If you take care of one, it would make sense that the rest would follow. So that's the cool thing about tying it into your whole body. Studies have shown men show progressive improvement in hair growth and thickness after 3 and 6 months. So you'll know pretty quick if it's working for you. It's trusted and recommended by more than 3,000 top doctors. Right now, you can grow thicker, healthier hair and support our show by going to Nutrafol.com/men and entering the promo code DUCK to save $15 off your first month subscription. This is their best offer anywhere, and it's only available to U.S. customers for a limited time, plus free shipping on every order. Get $15 off at Nutrafol.com/men, spelled Nutrafol.com/men, promo code DUCK.
Yeah, baby.
So I do have a question for you. How was it with Kay and Lisa on here the other day, since the rest of us were all gone out
Yeah.
everywhere? Was
To
that
me-
fun? Was that a good time?
Yeah. To me, that was one of our best ones.
Well, good.
It really was.
Best ones.
Because they had a guy wrote in that had been with this lady he was in love with, he said, for 7 years,
Said he was in love.
and said, me and her went to a wedding the other day, and he said, I lost it. And Lisa told him, she said, hey, you're not committed, and I don't think you love her.
There you go.
Scared of commitment.
Yeah, scared of commitment.
We talked
And I
about
said, and
commitment issues.
along with commitment, I said, there's also a responsibility, and you got neither one.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, but it was actually, I thought it was one of the best ones we've ever done.
Well, good. Yeah, me and Godwin were down in North Florida speaking at a church in
How'd that go?
Westville, Florida. It was good. I mean, when I tell you, buddy, we was out in the middle of nowhere.
I was in the sticks on
I'm
Boondocks.
talking about in the middle of nowhere.
The Boondocks, boy.
Yeah.
Oh, we've been there.
I've been there.
Yeah, but we sitting there, and it's kind of funny. The cops showed up, local sheriff's department.
Uh-oh.
They just coming. Church always feeds them.
Oh, okay.
But I got nervous.
You're a wanted
What'd
man.
you get nervous for?
Well, their sheriff's department wears a green uniform.
Ooh.
So when I saw a man coming up dressed in green, I
Yeah.
said, "Oh Lord,
Yeah.
here we go.
There you go.
This is the end up." But the guy to come up to me, he said, "Oh, don't worry, we're not squirrel sheriffs. We're human sheriffs." And I had never heard a game warden called a squirrel sheriff.
Squirrel sheriff.
Yeah, around here we call them possum cops. They don't like that either if you
that's
say
it.
it to
No,
their face. But he said they wasn't squirrel sheriffs. They was people sheriffs. I said, "Oh, okay, never mind."
Yeah, that's the
That'd be
best
all right,
one that
yeah.
Phil ever told was that, all the game wardens were somewhere down in Lafayette, and Phil was the guest speaker. And when he walked up there and he looked around, he said, boys, he said, I got to let y'all know. He said, when I stood up and turned around and looked at all of y'all in green, he said, my first instinct was run.
I bet
There is something about it, ain't it? Because it don't matter
Hey,
if you doing everything by the book.
yeah.
When they show
might
up, you
think
get
you're doing
nervous.
everything by the book. You don't know.
Every time I get stopped on the water just fishing or something, I'm like, man, what am I about? What's about to
Yeah.
happen?
What is this gonna cost me?
Of course, now most of them I know them, and they just stop and talk, just chit chat. But
Well, that's
because they've checked me enough to realize that I ain't up to no good. But they've checked everything in that boat a few times, and fire extinguishers and you name it. But every time they come up, you can be just at the boat ramp minding your own business. Every time I'm like, oh boy, here we go. Something about it. I'm like, man,
really? Are we gonna have to go through this again?
Yeah, again.
Every
Hey,
time.
they just doing their job,
Well,
protecting us, protecting their resources.
Because that one old boy fell in the other day.
Who?
Did you see that on Darbo?
No. What happened?
Too windy. The wind ended up making the waves
Capsizing
so big, sunk his boat. He's in the water.
Really?
He was wearing a life jacket, thank
Praise
goodness.
God for that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. But then he saw somebody up at their house on the bank. He's yelling,
Come out here and get me.
Help me.
"I'm cold."
Yeah.
Get me.
Hurry up. So then it was a big rescue, and he's okay, but he ended up in the hospital for hypothermia. He was in the water long enough to get cold.
Good. Not a living.
But yeah, that's which is why they make you have a life jacket.
Hey,
Because without a life jacket,
yeah.
he ain't with us no more.
no. And I guess the good thing about Darbone, at least you probably, that wind blowing that strong, you eventually blew into a stump if you was out there that long. So at least you could hold on to something. Yeah. I mean, good night.
He was in the water.
So his boat sunk.
Yeah, I don't know if they got
Sunk
that back.
Golly.
That's some crazy wind. It's been
It
windy.
has been windy.
Well, hey,
Yeah.
starts white capping, it gets dangerous.
Oh, it don't take long till you spear one, and then you
Oh, yeah.
you're in a bad spot. I've done it.
Yep.
I speared one, and I looked down there at me, and there's water up to my ankles, and I'm like, "Oh, bilge pump, please work, please work, please work." And you just turn that thing on and pray, start shooting water out behind you. You're like, all right, we're gonna make it. We're gonna be all right. Stay on pad, boys. But no, it was fun though. I like going out there and speaking to all these people, man. It's a good time. You meet some of the best people in the world doing that. Them folks in North Florida was just good old people. Look, I knew I was in the right place. Wild game supper, right? We've all been to however many of them. Well, I look over there, and one of them is fried fish. Well, you know what they got? Whole fried bluegill.
Did he eat the tail?
Yeah. Oh, I picked me a few tails off that.
Amen.
I said, but we around the right people here. If they whole frying bluegill, we around God's people here. So 'cause I said, y'all made a man feel like he was at home, just right there.
Whole fried.
Whole fried bluegill, man. I said, but I'll give y'all a little tip. If you'll cut that little slice right down their back, they're even better.
Oh, yeah.
Get that meat away from that bone just a little bit right there. Just flare them open so when they cook, you get all that. And they just looking at me. They ain't heard that trick yet. I said, you gonna be glad you did that.
That's why you need one like this. Thinner, thinner.
Zoop,
You
zoop.
know, right down that top on each side.
Yeah,
When you throw it in the grease, it gets hot, it'll actually
lay open on.
fold off.
Yeah, buddy, that's good. That's a good piece of meat.
No,
right
no.
there.
Making me
Wow.
hungry.
That's
I cut them for it there literally. You can just flip it off, turn them over, flip the meat off, and then throw
throw the rib cage away.
the rib cage away.
Yeah,
You know, especially on the big hybrid brim that I used to catch in Fort Bragg. Found a pond down there, and I found the guy that actually, it was a hardwood bottom, and all he did was come in with a D9 and push them big oak trees down, and he made him a big line of oak trees, and then made him a pond. Okay, it was 30 feet deep behind them big oak trees for the dam part of it was. And he took that dozer and knocked holes, about 8 or 10 holes in the shallow water, going up to shallow water. And he told me where they all was. And when the brim got in there, son, hey, how for them out.
it was on, huh?
Oh, what are you talking about?
Oh, that's good.
It was on. Our table was doing something wild today.
Well, I'll tell you how big they was. I could only put 10 brim. You know that half-gallon bucket of butter
Yeah.
that you can buy?
A half gallon of butter.
You buy
Yeah.
butter by the bucket?
Yeah.
Praise
And I-
God.
Anyway, hey, I could only.
I've only ever
after
bought it by the
hey,
stick.
Country crock, baby.
After I
Oh,
cleaned
that's
them,
margarine.
which I cut the head off, cut the fins off, and all that. After I cleaned them, that bucket, half-gallon bucket, would only hold 5. That's how big they was.
Half-gallon bucket.
And they was cut way down. So when it fried, it just lifted off.
They was good.
Flip it off, throw the bones away.
I'm starving.
That's good eating. I am too.
Hey, you know what else we did when you go to North Florida? You know what you drive past, right?
Buc-ee's. Oh, praise
Buc-ee's.
That's good enough. Did you go?
Buc-ee's.
Did I go?
How many people in there said, Martin, this is the greatest place I've ever been
They
to?
were all happy.
Everybody
was
I've
happy.
never met a sad person at a
No,
Buc-ee's.
everybody was happy. Ran into a couple of fans of the podcast.
And not only
and
that,
I was like, I was
it's
trying to
always
figure out,
full.
I was like, how in the world do y'all know who I am? I'm just like walking down here through a Buc-ee's in the middle of nowhere, just trying to get me a brisket sandwich,
Ooh,
some chocolate pecans, and some Doc's pretzels.
and some beef jerky.
Yeah, I didn't get none of that. I just
Maybe
I hit them chocolate pretzels or chocolate pecans pretty hard. But then I looked beside me, and there's Godwin with me. Well, Godwin's wearing a shirt that said Duck Commander on. I said, "Oh, never mind. Golly, y'all, you ain't got to be a real hard detective to figure out who we are." And no, Godwin.
Buc-ee's.
Yeah, it was good.
What do we got to do to get one? I mean, there's a perfect spot for it, down in Pines Exit.
You think they'd lose their luster if you drove by it every day?
No. I think I'd stop every day.
Too much to do. They got too much stuff in there. I mean, you can go a week in there.
I mean, I dropped $30 in about 5 minutes.
That's it?
That's what I'm saying. But and I was like, I wasn't even like shocked by the total. I
can't get out of there for it's 90, 100 easy.
They got these new ones called small batch pecans. Ain't no more pieces. It's the whole pecan dipped in chocolate. That's the best $13 I've spent in a long time. Man, they's good.
We need all of our fans to bombard the Buc-ee's email, whatever it is, and
West
email
Monroe.
them and tell them the Downing Pines exit in West Monroe deserves a Buc-ee's.
They seem to have them spread out where they're like a tank of fuel between all of them.
That's why we're perfect. We're perfect from the one in Terrell.
Yeah, from the one in Terrell.
4.5 hours, you stop here, West Monroe, Louisiana, and make it the greatest Buc-ee's on earth. I will personally go there every day and greet people at the door and
Thank you for stopping here.
Thank you for stopping here at West Monroe.
good.
Enjoy your stay here at Buc-ee's.
They got that beaver figured out, son. Golly, good for them. I like seeing good people do good.
Yep.
But let's take another break. We'll be back right after this. So I got a line for you I heard from an old man.
What was it?
So it was Bill Jordan, the founder of Realtree, and his old high school football coach and a guy he played football with were all sitting there together. And the old football coach, look at him. He done figured it out. Puzzle made.
There it is, right there. That was easy. That was easy.
Then he threw it apart.
That was not right.
But
That was right.
it
It
made
looked like it had it.
it was a line that made me think of Si.
What was
The
it?
old man said, because the old football coach was a football coach, then he was a principal, and then he was like the director of schools in the Columbus, Georgia area. So he did it all in secondary education, He said, you know what I found out over my years? He said, crazy don't age well. And the first person I thought of was Si.
That age.
Crazy does not age, period.
Even better.
I like it.
Uh,
Oh, I never thought about that before.
Crazy does not.
He
age.
said
That
crazy.
does not age, period.
yeah,
Uh-oh.
he said, crazy does not age well.
Sounds like a T-shirt.
And then he paused for a minute. He said, and it's never cured.
That's right, and there's no cure for it.
And the first person I thought of was that man right there. And he ain't crazy, but he'll make you think he is. And he has a darn good time doing it. And I can appreciate
Where was
that.
it? We was, God, where was it? I think it was in Seattle. And the whole crew was there. All the Robertson family. And they all went on stage and they got me out there last. And when they asked me,
You remember?
somebody asked some stupid question, and I said, well, yeah, it was talking about, well, how would you describe yourself, Uncle Si? And I said, I describe myself as two things. I said, I'm like an uncurable disease. Or, I said, if that don't work for you, I'm like space. I just go on forever.
Oh, I was going to say there's a lot to be explored. Or
Lots of unanswered questions.
But Willie got up after it and he said, wait a minute, let me get this right. He said, a fan asked you to describe yourself, and you describe yourself as an uncurable disease. And I said, yeah.
Is there a reasoning behind that? Or
Hey, look, it's just what hit me at the moment.
You ain't ever had a script, have you?
No. I'm what you say. I'm a man that is improv.
Shoot from the hip, if you
Shoot
will.
from the hip, baby.
Just let
He's
her
the
roll.
best.
Oh, he is that.
he said, I'm an incurable disease.
So why is it? And maybe you guys can help us. But if Si's going on stage to do something, and I say, Si, do not say pink elephant when you get out there.
Oh, first thing he's going to say.
Oh yeah.
Have you boys seen that pink elephant running
Hey.
around here?
Hey Jack,
No.
pink
Hey.
elephant.
That was Fox and Friends. For 30 minutes in the green room, they keep saying, don't mention the word script. You know, and I'm going, because everybody else is talking, and then they finally ask me a question, you know. And guess what I say? Yeah, okay, yeah.
The dirty word.
Yeah. And everybody looked, and I said, well, hey, you idiots, don't be, that's all you talked about for 30 minutes. Well, what do you think I'm going to say?
If you don't want it in his gray matter, you better
That's
not
right.
say
Don't put it, hey.
Nope.
Because if you don't say it, he ain't going to say it.
That's
'Cause
right.
He's going to say whatever comes to his
You
mind.
also can't say scripts on Fox and Friends or here in the duck call room, Si, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
He says strips.
Well, everybody asked me, it says, that thing scripted. I said, have you seen Si? Like, ain't nobody wrote that.
No.
They may give him a general idea, but first thing he's going to do is screw it up.
That's right.
He's going to say things like clift. That word ain't ever had a T in it.
But I like
Not
it.
once.
Yeah. Clift. The cleft of the rock.
Look at him. Check that
God, look at that new
son.
Yeti cup.
I
Si,
guarantee
you got a new Yeti cup for your birthday?
Spill proof.
There it is. Boy, hey.
Let me have a look at it.
This baby is spill proof.
Look at there.
Oh,
Yeah, no drip even.
great.
That's a pretty good cup, boy. I have to admit.
He finally admits.
That's right. Hey, I'll admit it. Boy. Finally a pretty good
Man, look
cup.
how tough it is.
Hey, don't break my bone, my dog.
Oh, we done got goofy now.
Oh, it's always derails. Hey, a kid sent me a letter for life advice, which is my favorite life advice.
He wants it or he's giving you like
Oh,
it?
well,
All right. How old is
could-
this kid?
this is Nate from Marshfield, Missouri.
Missouri. Show me, state.
He sent this to
Show me.
John David at 117 Kings Lane, West Louisiana.
What did this boy say?
He drew a picture of a duck call.
Okay.
They can't see that on YouTube. Dear John David, I'm 12 years old and I need advice. There's this kid who goes to church with me who is a big troublemaker. Bum, bum, bum. He always follows me around. Whenever he is being bad while following me around, I always end up getting in trouble for no reason. What should I do? Sincerely, Nate Dog. I added the dog. What's your advice to him, Si?
Well,
He's
hey, here's
I
one
got a couple
thing my
questions.
mother told me a long time ago. Your reputation, you will be known by those you run with.
That's true.
Well, there's a lot of truth to that.
I've always heard
So,
you are
if you're
the
running with a young man that always is in trouble. Yeah, okay. You're with him, so hey, you're in the trouble too.
Well, he's saying this guy follows him around.
So I think initially, I know he's only 12, but initially he's got to set some kind of boundary with this guy. That's where you start.
I like that.
I mean, set a boundary with him and say, hey, I'm not going with you. I don't want you following me. I mean, you have to start somewhere.
This is true. I just got more like, because you're getting in trouble for no reason. Every time I ever said I'm getting in trouble for no reason,
Yeah, I was guilty.
when I was 12, there was most assuredly a reason.
Yeah, I was guilty.
Nate Dog.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I'm just asking.
The story always starts off, now I was doing what I was supposed to be doing. Let
Yeah.
me just say that before we go.
But the troublemaker.
troublemaker.
There I was.
But I will say there were some times when you were trying to get away from something and people just follow you. I turned around and kicked a kid one time. I'm not suggesting you do that. But he was making fun of me and I'd had enough of it.
What's his name, Willie?
No. Matthew.
Matthew.
Oh Lord.
That's a fun story. But anyway, no, I think I think the boundaries thing's right. And I would ask you to look at yourself and see if there really is no reason that you're getting in trouble.
Yeah. 'cause
Yeah.
It's hard to buy it, ain't it, Martin?
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah.
We've all been 12 before. Si just 2 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's still playing with his puzzle.
Yeah.
Martin, what do you got?
I'm just trying to think my way through, like all the times that I said I wasn't even doing anything. Oh, I was doing something.
Was there ever one where you weren't?
I mean, there was one that I was collateral damage in. But I'll tell you what happened. Instead of laughing at the situation, I learned from it. I mean, because I started out laughing, and that's what got my butt tore up.
That happened to me too.
Yeah, I was laughing at my brother getting whooped. And my dad looked over there and said, "Are you laughing?" And I said, "Yeah." He said, "I'm about to show you why you don't do that."
And then you found out why.
And then I remember, you know what, when Dad says don't throw fireworks, it's too dry. I didn't throw fireworks because it's too dry. Because the 3 fire trucks putting out the woods fire was pretty funny.
Good grief.
your brother started a fire?
Oh, did he? Digging. Quick.
Digging.
I mean, like, woo. And he told us, last thing he said was, y'all don't be playing with them fireworks.
Oh, he had warned you?
Well, he had warned my brother and me, but see, I was still like too scared, like a cigarette lighter, like, you know, like to go around or whatever. That's what we called them. But to go around and light stuff, because, you know, that thing get hot on your thumb trying to hold it. So that wasn't really my jam. But my brother, that didn't bother him none. He let that thing, throw that sucker out there. Buddy, whoop. I said, ooh. So then he started getting whooped, and I started laughing. He's like, I told you nothing. And I'm over there just dying laughing, like, ha, 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 ha.
There's another saying.
Oh, here you go.
Misery loves company.
But, yeah, on the other 99.9% of times I said I wasn't doing nothing, I was doing something.
Oh, yeah.
But if you weren't doing anything, then just cull this old boy.
Cullen.
I mean, just like Phillip said, set some boundaries, say, I'm not doing that, and then you don't do it.
Sometimes you just got to check it to the whole bunch of them, boys.
Yeah, start over. So,
Start over.
you know, but there you go. Let's take one last break. We'll get back in that mailbag. We're going to take a little quick dive into our mailbags.
Hello,
over today.
DuckCallRoom.com. Randy from Sycamore, Illinois sends, this just seems like something you'd be interested in. Enjoy. Gentlemen, Little Debbie is releasing a line of candles for Mother's Day that smell like it's snack cakes.
Ooh.
Can you imagine Godwin's living room
Honey bun.
smelling like a honey bun?
Unbelievable.
Oatmeal cream pie.
So they're coming up with candles that smell like snack cakes. Do you want your...
No, I don't want my house smelling like snack cake.
Well, Randy sent that in because, you know, we're Little Debbie
Well,
folks
hey,
around
Little Debbie
here.
boys.
All right. Mike from Nash County, North Carolina.
Oh,
I never
North
really
Carolina.
understood
North
counties.
Carolina.
Good country.
First off, best wishes for the Martin family.
Ooh, yeah. There we go. Thank you.
The twins are on their way. So here it is. I'm 35 and find myself lost. I didn't grow up going to church, and I've been going regularly for the past 2 years, and my neighbor is actually the pastor. The more I go, though, the more confused I get. My brain has always been very analytical. Everything has a beginning and everything has an end. So before everything was created, there was a creator. Well, where did this creator come from? And how did it all begin? It's just very tough for me to believe in something I can't touch or see. The floor is y'all's.
So the first thing that comes to mind is that you can see the creator by the creation. Si talks about it all the time. During spring, you see everything resurrected. All the flowers, all the colors. When you walk outside, if you're not careful, you'll miss it. But you can recognize the creator by what is created. And the book of Romans talks about that.
Yeah. And then there's also what now faith is being
Sure of what you hope for and certain of what you do not see.
what you do not see. There's a lot of emphasis through the New Testament on not being able to see it because Jesus is gone at that time. He's returned to the Father. I have an analytical mind as well. And what gets me is I go back and look at things in my life, and I look into science too, like how evolution, hot subject, right?
Mm-hmm.
I believe evolution is real. I do not believe that's how this all came to be. But I do believe that the good Lord gives animals, creatures, plants, you name it, the ability to evolve. Because if he didn't, he wouldn't give us the power to change our lives. And our change comes through Jesus Christ. So why would he limit that to us? Do certain salamanders or whatever get cut off from another one and make their own species? Absolutely they do. Why wouldn't they? Why don't they have the same abilities of some of that stuff that we do? And to say how I know, I believe. It's not that I know. I mean, I do know. And to dumb it down, Phil, it's one of my favorite things Phil always says. He says, well, look at it this way. We're the only ones that can win. Because if we're right, we win everything. If we're wrong, then we're just going in the ground anyway. But if you're wrong and you don't believe, you got hell to pay. So it's like, don't you want to win in the end? Don't you want to be offered the way that offers you a win, like an eternal life? That's enough to get me interested. Then you study about it, and the same deal. We count time by this guy. Like this man Jesus was strong enough of a figure in his time here to count time by him. That's a big deal. Like that's a big thing. But I get it on questioning, and it ultimately comes down to a belief of, do you believe in Jesus? Do you believe in God? And if you do, those questions no longer matter. You'll forget those questions, and it's a really cool thing when you do make that transition. Because I mean, like I was a biology major, we were taught you can't bring faith into any of your answers, can't bring it into any of that. So. Like, I mean, I dealt with all sides of it, but it is cool to see those people that are scientists that believe as well. And I mean, some of them are brilliant.
Well, the thing about it is the Bible says it this way. Without faith, okay, it's impossible to please him. Okay, and I look at it from a common sense viewpoint, okay? You ask yourself, you're always talking about you analyzing stuff, you ask yourself, okay, where did all this stuff we're looking at come from? How did it get here? Not only how did it get here, okay? If you look at the kingdoms, the bird kingdom, the fish kingdom, the mammal kingdom, all these different species of stuff, okay? The Bible tells us we need to strive for perfection. And the only way we can have it is we strive to be in Christ. That's the only way we can have perfection. But look at everything that you see. Everything's too perfect. Because just like salt water, the scientists say an amoeba, one single cell crawled out of salt water, and then all this evolutionary theory comes about. A theory is nothing but a guess. Okay, whether it's educated, uneducated, whatever, it's still a guess. Okay, in my humble opinion. I'm looking at the perfection of everything.
Yeah, the design.
Yeah. Okay, and I'll use the stars, the sun, the moon, okay, the constellations in the stars. Okay, there's 88 different things up in the sky at night that you can see with your naked eye. Okay, and they've all got some wonderful design to them.
Yeah.
We can actually navigate the huge 5 oceans we got on this planet by looking at them things. That's not a happen chance, people.
No. And it takes way more faith.
Yeah, that's right.
Personally.
That's right.
To believe that something
Yeah.
Came from nothing.
up.
Yeah.
And
Well,
that's
not only that, everything
that's
you
faith,
see,
buddy.
Yeah, everything you see started from one single cell.
Yeah, that's faith.
Now, no, that's
If you believe that, I got a story for you.
Yeah, hey, I got a Brooklyn Bridge I'll sell you.
So, but
Okay,
John
and I'll
David,
give you a deal of the lifetimes if you give me money for it.
But I've always said in the study and stuff, give me somebody that believes something over one that believes nothing.
Well,
'Cause if you believe, then I know it's in you. Like, and it's in there. The ones that claim they're just, hey, this is just what it is, and they don't believe nothing. I'm like, all right, now we got a problem here. You got to believe something,
And I
and then
think
we can go from there.
he goes on in the email a little bit, and you know, I think we've all had our doubts at moments.
Oh, who has?
Yeah.
Everybody. One of the apostles'
That's Ben
nickname was
Hewlett.
Doubting Thomas, and
Yeah.
he said, "I want to touch you, and I want to see some scars."
Yeah.
Then he was like, "Oh yeah, now I'm in."
Yeah.
So I don't think you trying to figure it out and like, man, this is weird is a bad thing.
No.
I would just say, have you heard anything better?
Yeah.
well, think about
What
this.
else you got?
I mean, because Martin's 100% right when it comes down to what makes more sense, an all-powerful God who designed and created everything, or here we are, like,
hey, here's one thing.
like
And everything fell
But
into perfect
always
place.
remember that faith comes through hearing the message,
Mm-hmm.
the message about Jesus Christ. That's where your faith is going to come from. And before I became a Christian, I kind of wanted to see, can I do this? Could I do it? But I couldn't. And I was like, I'm kind of not ready, and I'm staying in this cycle because I don't know if I can really do it. But once I did it, when Jace shared the gospel with me, I never went back.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
100%. Well, let's close this out of here with a Bible verse.
all right, I was about to get one, but we had one on speed dial that I think is actually really perfect for this question for Mike. And John 14:6, Jesus said unto him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man come to the Father but through me. You got one way off this rock, as far as I'm concerned, and as far as everything I look at shows, and that is through Jesus Christ.
Amen.
amen.
So I'd say hop on board, Mike. And one last piece of advice. You said your neighbor was a pastor. Invite him over for dinner and say these things out loud to him.
Yeah.
I bet you he's not going to look at you downward. He's going to say, oh, no, I get that, and he'll help you out.
Just go knock on his door.
Yeah. Go knock on his door. He's probably a great guy. I like
All
him.
right. We'll see y'all next time.
Right here in the Duck Call Room.
Call, Rob.